Hello, internet! The original plan for the video was to go to Grant's tomb, which is not too far from here. Ulysses S. Grant's tomb, and his wife is there too. And get a Junior Ranger badge there and film that as just like an experience, I don't know. But I'm very tired, so we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna lie on the floor and play with my new selfie stick. So here's the deal with being tired. I was depressed for 3 years, and then 2 months ago, I started taking this medication called Lexapro, which is an SSRI, and it's used to treat anxiety and depression. And now I'm happy. I feel like myself, basically, in a way that I've been trying and failing in some ways to be for 3 years. But anyway, aside from this, the medication regulates my sleep. It makes me sleepy at the right times, and it makes me get enough sleep. And if I don't, my body is like, So that's why we're lying on the floor instead of visiting the esteemed Ulysses S. Grant's tomb. I didn't like talking about mental illness for a long time. I didn't really know what was going on. Like, I haven't been diagnosed with anything or anything, but I clearly needed the Lexapro. So I didn't really know how to talk about it. But Lexapro, at least for the last 2 months, which I know is not very long, and we'll see what happens, and obviously it's not going to fix everything, and life is still going to be hard, and I'm going to have stuff to deal with, etc., etc. But Lexapro has changed my life. I went home this past weekend to St. Louis to visit my family and to see the eclipse in totality. It was beautiful. I dropped to my knees during totality. It was a spiritual experience. It was so gorgeous. Anyway, all weekend when I was home, my mom was like beaming at me, even when she didn't mean to, because she saw the girl that had grown up in her house instead of the woman that she was afraid I had turned into, who just like wasn't as energetic and bubbly and happy. She obviously would love me no matter what and is so very proud of me and everything I've done for the past 3 years, but she was worried about me. She's a mom, and I want to broadcast it to the world. If your brain's not producing the chemicals it needs to naturally, store-bought is okay. I just really, like, the only thing I can say is I feel like myself. Like, I thought the medication was just gonna make depression harder to deal with, but instead it just like lifted this fog off my brain. I can't describe how just like miraculous it is. It's like a miracle. Sometimes when you're in a lot of pain or when you're really lost or confused, you want to look for short-term solutions to your pain, things that are going to take it away from you immediately, because you feel like you can't function, you can't breathe with the pain that you have. And looking for long-term solutions won't take away that pain immediately, and so you feel like they're not working for you. Things like that, things that really long-term fix your life, they take practice, and they take time, and they take a lot of like learning about yourself. And I know that's really hard. It definitely is normal to not be happy all the time. Rejecting those long-term solutions because they're not working for you in the short term, and that's totally normal when you're in so much pain that you just want it to go away, is a rejection of your potential and how happy and fulfilled you can be. Happiness is not something to obtain and then keep for the rest of your life, and as I change and as my life changes, my self-care is going to have to change, and so it's not just like, oh, I'm on meds now, everything's great, I know how happiness works, because that's not how happiness works. This was not supposed to be a heavy video, which is why I was going to go to Grant's tomb and talk about the Civil War. But when I'm lying on the floor, like, these are the thoughts that come out of my head. Let's get to that Civil War thing I just said. There's a lot going on right now, and I hope everyone's okay. I know that this is tiring. I think activism is by nature tiring. It can't be fair, because if it was fair, then we wouldn't need it. But keep going. Listen, if any of these remarks about politics or happiness or literally anything come out wrong, they're not prepared. Okay, I just lay here on the floor and picked up my selfie stick. So I really apologize if I've said anything wrong. I had a friend sleeping here last week. I didn't make him sleep on the floor. Okay, the beds were filled with other people. It was a full house. And I really like hosting people. I like showing them that I love them and I care for them. He brought 2 friends with him who I didn't know. And I hope they felt this, because I meant this. I wanted to make them feel like they were loved and that I cared about them and that they were my friends also, and I wasn't just putting up with them for my friends' sake. I feel like that's partly my job as a host, but also just like partly my job as a person. All people are people. And I really enjoyed that experience. I've been laying on this floor for 23 minutes. And if I said anything interesting, it was on accident. Because I'm just lying on the floor. So I feel like at some point this video is going to have to end. So I love you. And I hope you're having a fantastic life. And you should know that the universe loves you, and the world is really beautiful, and you are really beautiful. You are capable of so much more than you think you are. People are so adaptable and malleable and powerful. Some days, you're just gonna have to make videos lying on the floor. But you can still make videos. Yep, that's all I got. I'm gonna end this video now.